whose main impetus is to educate us on focus, which I think is something we all need. Before I give it away, let me just, a couple more people that are joining.
Oh, I will. I will.
There
Yep.
we go.
Thank
All
you.
right, so I would like to welcome you to Greg Dwyer. Greg has come from, now you live in New Milford? Is that
I
correct?
live in Litchfield. I grew up
Litchfield.
in New Fairfield.
Okay,
So
excellent.
it's
So
close.
he's in our backyard.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to begin,
Okay.
tell a little about yourself
Thank
and
you.
we'll take it from there.
Thank you. You guys all see me?
Yeah.
Yes, okay,
Yes.
good, good, good. Are they muted? Are you gonna mute?
They will be.
Okay, very well. Well, it's nice to be invited. Paul, thank you. Not too long ago, my sister invited me over to her house for dinner. And we're sitting there watching Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know if you've seen this show,
Oh,
Comedians
yeah.
in Cars Get Coffee. And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, he's interviewing Eddie Murphy. And Eddie Murphy looks to Jerry and says, Jerry, there's just too many options. And without missing a beat, and it almost sounded like it was rehearsed, Jerry looks at him and says, the lack of focus is why we have a lack of greatness. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it. My sister Maureen looks at me and she goes, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, I heard that. So we stopped Netflix and I wrote it down. Profound. The lack of focus is why we have a lack of greatness. So ask yourself, how often do you get distracted? Like maybe if you're like me, I'll buy a book and I won't read it. Or worse yet, I'll buy a book and I'll get home and I find out that I bought it last year. Or I'll take an online class and I won't implement it, right? Or New Year's, like New Year's is coming up, right? You set New Year's resolutions. You say, this is what I'm going to do, and then you look at it 6 months later and you haven't followed through. What if focus were a habit so that your success was automatic? What if your focus was automatic? So this is my promise. In 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to look at 4 ways of thinking. We're not going to look at techniques, because you could go on AI or Google. I wouldn't have to come here. You could do the research yourself. But we're going to look at 4 ways of thinking so that when you combine them together, we'll create focus as a habit so that your success is automatic. Now, what I found by researching this is most people, they think the answer is the techniques. Show me what to do. But I grew up in New Fairfield, Connecticut, and I grew up as a magician, a professional magician. And what I learned was this, and this is the first point if you're taking notes. The conscious mind is easily distracted. So the year was 1972. I'm at my grandparents' house in Danbury, Connecticut. There's 73 people in the basement of my grandparents' house, and everyone is talking at the same time. Now this is 72, so there's no cell phones, there's no internet connection, but a big group of Italians all talking at the same time. And all of a sudden, my Uncle Victor looks at me and he says, look at this, and he shows me a quarter and he makes it disappear. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, how did you do that? He said to me, I did it through misdirection. So let me show you. If you're watching online or you're here, play along, because you'll learn this and you'll remember this. Take your fingers like this and make a circle. So it's like you're making an OK sign, right? Put it right next to your ear, right? And just right here like this. I don't know if you can see me, but you're making an OK sign. And then all of a sudden you want to take that OK sign and put it on your chin. No, this is your chin, right here. So it's so.
That on purpose?
I know I did. So I don't know. I can't see everybody, and I don't know who in the room. Yeah, it is funny, right? Because what happens is you did what you saw me do, not what I asked you to do, and that's what I learned as a magician. It is so easy to get misdirected. Now, let me show you another one. This is how David Copperfield opens up MGM in Vegas. So this is the trade secret. Just play along with me. Take your hands like this, your left and your right. Make them parallel with the ground, right? And then take your left and bring it over your right. And if you can do it, you're going to bring your hands down like this. Now, I'm trying to manage the rooms, but you're going to bring them down like this, and then you're going to hold them together really tight. Now, if you're doing it well, your pinkies are at the top, right here at the top. Your thumbs are right here at the bottom, just like she's doing it, okay? Simon says, watch me, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just do that. Paul, did you get it?
No.
Okay. How did I do it? I did it through misdirection because the conscious mind is easily distracted. So we're going into the sales season for 2026. If someone says to you, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, all this technique, you might not do it because you could get distracted by other things. So back to my Uncle Victor. He takes this quarter, he goes like this and he makes it disappear, and I'm like, how did you do it? He goes, I can't tell you, it's a secret. I go, I know, I can keep a secret. He says, I can't tell you. I said, come on, it was my birthday, it was Christmas. He eventually told me, he said it was misdirection. This is exactly what he did. He took it like this, he went like this, and he made it disappear, and it was over here. That's how he did it. Misdirection has 2 tricks, and this is what's going to mess you up in your business, right? Number 1, ready? Drum roll, multitasking. Multitasking is not good for business. It's not good for personal relationships. Multitasking. Now, we all do it. I do it. You do it. We all do it. Some of you are doing it right now. We all multitask. You know, we'll do the laundry. We'll do the cooking. We'll look at the website. I get it. We all do it. But this is what I learned. The One Thing, a great book, by the way, The One Thing, teaches that if something is important, which is the person in front of you you're doing business with, right? Don't multitask because it's really not good for you. It's dangerous. On average, every single year in America, 2 million people get hurt because they're driving a car and they're not looking, the cell phone goes off, and they end up in a hospital. They don't die, but 2 million people get hurt. It's because people pick up their phone at the wrong time, they tap their cell phone 2,617 times a day. This is crazy. When people get to work, they waste 12.5 hours every single week. Now, you guys are self-motivated, I get it. You guys are entrepreneurs, I get it. I am too, you as well. But when people go to cubicles where they just do enough to keep their job, they're wasting a lot of time, right? We're not people that waste time because you guys are productive. 90% of what I'm going to share with you today, you probably put into practice. I'm just hoping that you walk away with one key thing. You're like, wow, I never thought about this before. So that's what I'm here for. But someone figured this out. $650 billion is wasted every single year in America because people are not engaged. And sadly, 40,000 people every year die. It's crazy. They're driving their car, the cell phone goes off, they pick it up, and it is the last time. So misdirection has 2 tricks. The first one is multitasking. When something is very important to us, like prospecting or following up or going after leads or building relationships with people, right? Multitasking is a killer. I'm not saying you're not going to do it. We're all going to do it. But if something is really, truly important to you, do not multitask. The other one is information overload. Information overload is another tactic that misdirection uses. There was a guy by the name of George Miller that wrote a paper many years ago called The Magical Number of 7. The Magical Number of 7. And what he said was the average person can only take in about 7 bits of information at one time. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it's too many. So if we're multitasking and getting stressed out and anxious, it's probably because misdirection has us doing too many things at the same time and overwhelm. There's a way to compete against it or to make it disappear. And that is to focus on what's truly important to you. Now, there was a study done online. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's called the monkey business illusion. Okay, you know it. So there's 2 teams. How many of you know it? The monkey business illusion. Paul knows it, right? So you got a red, let's call it a red team and a blue team. You got 2 teams, they're passing the basketball, right? And you have to count how many times they're passing the basketball. Spoiler alert, the number is 16. 16. And in the middle of it, they have this guy who walks out about 7 foot tall, beats his breast in a gorilla suit, and nobody sees, well, 50% of the people see him. 50%. The other 50% don't see them at all. So I don't have a gorilla, But if I were to ask you to look around the room for 7 things that were red, now it's kind of tough. There's not a lot of red things. Well, there's a red diamond there. We could look around, oh, his shirt in the back, he's got red. Oh, I see red over here on the, looks like a pocketbook or a purse right there on your. So if we were to look around the room, there's red over there. We could probably find 7 things in the room that are red, right? And we could probably remember them, no problem. But then, if I said to you, now I want you to think of 7 things that were blue. Like there's blue on this. There's blue over here. You could say the sky's blue if you looked outside the box, right? You could probably remember 7 things that are red, 7 things that are blue. But then, if I said, now I want you to remember another 7 things that are red, another 7 things that are blue, you would be what? You'd be overwhelmed. You can't handle it all. So back to the monkey business illusion. They had these guys watch the video again, and they said, this time, watch for the guy that walks in the room, beats his breast, and goes like this. And everyone saw the guy. Every single person. They all saw it. Then they said to the people at the end, did you notice that the curtain changed colors? It was red, then it changed to blue. No one knew it at all. They didn't see it at all. So when it comes to multitasking and information overload, this is how misdirection fools us. We say to ourselves, well, it's November, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, and then the holidays, and then we kind of get caught up in the drama of the society, and then we sit down with Paul in January and we'll say, hey, I don't have any leads, nothing's closing. It's because we were misdirected by other things. So all I'm here to share with you is what you probably know already, right? You know this already. That if something is really, truly important to you, focus on it, okay? So I don't think any of you, did anybody catch how I did this? Paul, did you catch how I did this at all?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You know who I did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the rest of you that didn't see it, let me share what I did. What I did is I took the left, I put it over the right, and I went like this, right? Now you were sitting in the front, Diane, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Diane's right in front of me. I went like this, and I said, if you're doing it right, your pinkies are at the top, and your thumbs are at the bottom. And I pointed to Diane right here in the front, and when I did that, I let go. I let go. So here's what happened. Because you never did this before, there's information overload, there's a little bit of misdirection, you didn't know what to expect, so when I went like this and let go and pointed to her hands and came back, you're like, wait a minute. Get it? Yeah. So if you go to the MGM and you see David Copperfield, don't tell him how I told you. This is how he opens the show. This is his opener, okay? So let's do this. I want to show you by teaching it to you, because if I just tell you, it's one thing. But if you do it a second time, you'll get it. So take your left, put it over your right, go like this. All right, now you're going to bring it down just like this, okay? You got it? Right? And that's when I let go. But this time, I don't have to, because I already did it. Diane, did you see that? No. Did you see how I did it? No, she's, okay. So what I used was misdirection. Okay. So let's do this. We have a few people here in the Newtown office, and we have a few people here online. If you have a partner, I would ask that you find somebody and explain how you get misdirected in your business. So maybe it could be something like something pops up on YouTube or something pops up on Facebook or the phone rings, and before you know it, you're looking at this, that, and you're so distracted and an hour goes by. So we're going to take 2 minutes, and you don't have to share too much, maybe you just share a little bit. But I'm going to watch the clock. Go. You have 2 minutes. Share with a partner how you get distracted.
How do you get distracted?
How you get distracted.
Very easily.
Probably
And once I do, I go down the rabbit hole.
get a text.
If something pops up, right?
Like this morning I got a text someone in my Facebook on date.
Chris, want to be my partner?
Feels like virtual young, so I feel like
Yeah,
that would be all distracting.
that's it. The total distraction.
It doesn't get back on. You can't get back on because it's
Yeah, I get distracted because, you know,
You
I'm
build
looking
your
at Sky
Yeah.
Slope and then
day.
an email
That's
comes
so
in,
true.
and I
Well, I'll be
stop
working
doing
on the
this and I start
computer,
doing
and then
this.
something
That's
comes
exactly
up.
what I did this
And then-
morning.
And off.
You know, and then while I'm doing this,
That's
you know, something else happens over here.
So you click on it. and
Or
it's
somebody
like-
else
And then-
calls you like me.
And then, you know,
Well, that does.
now I'm working on the fourth thing, eventually I have to.
Alrighty, so that's about 2 minutes. Does anybody want to share? We can have someone share here, we can open up the lines, we can have people share here as well. But how you get distracted? Anybody here in the room?
The computer phone.
What's that?
I said the computer phone.
The computer phone. And what's your first name?
Connie,
Connie. So what happens during the day? The phone goes off?
all day, yeah.
Okay, and what do you get hooked on? Is it social media? Is it clients? Is it?
Clients.
Oh, well, that's not a distraction. Or is it?
Well,
Depends on what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the client.
So what's your biggest distraction? Is it the cell phone?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because, you know, then you get tired of the people and, you know, maybe then you go on social media and you know, get lost in the scroll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
Just
want
to get away.
just to get away. Okay, so
Change the zone.
I don't know if the rest of you heard that, but the cell phone goes off, it's clients, which is good, right? Connecting with people. But then if you know, have a client or you have a situation that is not necessarily positive, then you go and you look at social media. So I wrote a couple books and a couple audios. I sell this for $95. This is yours as a gift. I'll pass it to you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So just think on how you get misdirected, how you get distracted. Now, the first point is simple. If the conscious mind is easily distracted, which I think I demonstrated, then maybe the answer is the unconscious, right? This is what I thought. The answer is the unconscious. But what I discovered is that the unconscious is on autopilot. So the year was 1973. It was December. It was the day after Christmas. I'm with my mom. I'm sitting there in the 70s watching TV, watching what she used to call the idiot box, right, in the 70s. And my mom was very religious. She sent money to the Pope. She sent money to Billy Graham. She was metaphysical. She was all out there. I was very confused growing up. But anyway, to make a long story short, this movie comes on. Now, I don't know if you can remember this. Some of you are too young. But this was 1973, December 26th, and this trailer comes on, and my mom rolls her eyes. I can still see it now. She rolls her eyes and she goes, "I can't wait." And I go, "Mom, it's just a movie." She said, "Gregory, be careful what you expose your mind to." And I'm like, "Mom, it's just an advertisement." Does anybody know what the movie was?
1973?
Yeah, 1973. Right after Christmas, December 26th, Boxing Day. Anybody take a guess? Anybody know?
No idea.
Paul, you know?
I was in the 6th grade or something.
The Exorcist!
I was.
Yeah, The Exorcist!
I don't remember what time of year that came out.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie until I was in my 30s.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What, The Exorcist?
Yeah, I didn't see it until I was in my 30s. I kind of listened to my mom, you know,
I
but
was gonna say.
It was a scary movie.
I was
That
saying
was
poltergeist.
crazy.
yo, no, that was way
I
out.
was something yesterday that talked about what.
Oh, you met Linda Blair. Did her head turn around?
No, she was actually quite normal.
Levitated.
Well, come to find out, my mom was right. What you expose your mind to does impact your subconscious mind, and it does have you on autopilot. So these commercials haven't been on since the 80s. See if you can remember this. Ready? Don't squeeze the...
Charmin.
You deserve a break today at...
McDonald's?
Yeah, who said that? Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, McDonald's. Barry Manilow, he's the one that had all these jingles.
Ah.
And then the other one is, where's the beef?
Beef.
So these commercials run all the time, over and over again, in the 80s, but we still remember them. It's interesting, we can't get away from being programmed. See if you can come up with something here as far as an answer. I'd like you to think of a number between 1 and 10, not like 3, because everybody thinks of 3. Raise your hand if you thought of 7. Do you think of 7? Did you think of 7? Okay, we have a lot of 7s here in the room. I'm not sure if there's any 7s there. Now I want you to think of a color. If you thought of red or blue, that's conditioning and programming. Because I've been talking about 7, been talking about red and blue. All of these things impact us. These are programming. The other one is conditioning. Now, conditioning is what we do to ourselves. Some people say we have 45 to 65,000 thoughts every single day. More like 6,000. That's about it. But here's what's scarier, and this is scarier than the movie The Exorcist. Are you ready for this?
The Silence of the Lamb.
No,
That was scary.
no, it's a statistic. 90% of what we think and what we say and what we do is habitual, is on autopilot. So here's what I found. If you tell a person, listen, this is what you need to do to prospect, this is how you fill your pipeline, this is how you do what you need to do, the conscious mind is easily distracted. The unconscious mind runs patterns unconsciously. You're not aware of them until they become something to the surface. It was Carl Jung that said this: until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will direct your life, and you'll call it fate. And what he was talking about is the unconscious mind has programming and conditioning and all of these different patterns of conflict. So you could say, you know, I want to make $1 million this year, or I want to sell a $10 million house this month. But then the unconscious or the subconscious might not be in agreement with that, and that's the reason why people take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. People who are congruent, you don't have to tell them what to do, right? They just do it. They're just completely congruent, because what they have is they have alignment between the conscious and the unconscious mind. So I want to have you share, but this is not easy. I'll tell you why it's not easy. Because we're not aware of the unconscious programming that we have. So in a minute, I'm going to have you share. But before I do that, let me tell you about another movie that you might be familiar with. I watch it every single year like clockwork. Here's how it starts. Ready? Rise and shine, campers. Don't forget your booties, because it's cold outside.
Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day. Paul got it, right? So here's a guy that's constantly doing the same things over, and I love this movie. But what I love about it is not the fact that he keeps on repeating these things. What I love about it is he's able to break the pattern. He's able to see his unconscious behavior is not serving him, and then he turns around and it ends very positively. So in a couple minutes, I'm going to ask you to find the same partner. I'm going to ask you to share something that you do on autopilot. Now, this is not easy, and a lot of times people make stuff up because they don't know what to say. But let me share a couple of them with you. The other day I went to the store, I went to the post office in Litchfield, I came home, and I'm singing this, I guess it was Billy Joel, New York State of Mind in my head. But then I realized that the grocery store, Stop and Shop at Litchfield, was playing it. Right? So I'm in the store, I'm hearing the music, then I go to the post office, then I do some errands, and then I come home a half an hour later, and I got this tune in my head. I'm like, where did I pick this up, right? That's unconscious behavior. You're not aware of it, right? Because I'm so self-aware, I figured it out. No, it's easy, it's simple, right? It's not that difficult. October, I find myself, I don't know if I'm the only one in the room, but I find myself craving a Snickers bar in October, the end of October, or donuts, and because of Halloween, you said Halloween, right? So Halloween, right? I loved Halloween. We used to go door to door in Fairfield and Danbury, and I love the holiday. I don't eat candy, I don't eat donuts, right? But somehow, I just, towards that last week of October, I have this craving for that. So as I'm telling you this, can you think of something that you do it on autopilot, right? You don't like doing it, but you do it anyway, and maybe you're not aware of it. That's what's really difficult. I have another one to share with you, but it's really personal, and I normally don't share it, but I'm going to share it today.